This is Professor Kim Nelson with the Jewelry Design Department at FIT, doing another tutorial in our series of tutorials for JD138 or basic rhino modeling. I'm going to continue on with the cuff bangle. I'd like to tell you I know exactly what I'm going to do next, but I don't. This is true life, real-time computer modeling. I'll be figuring out a good amount of this as I go along. Picking my first element. Going into wireframe. Top view, just so I can have a good orthographic view. Explode my curves. Should be 3, yes. Okay. Just as we did with our scroll exercise in class, I need to find out how far in I can offset these curves and still leave a space down the middle. So by way of experimentation, that looks like it was pretty close. I can possibly go a little farther. It was at 1.27. 1.4. Let's try that. Yeah, 1.4 is going to be as tight as I can go. Alright. Now I have to lay out the curves so they work. I'm going to hide this one. I need to extend this around and beyond, and I have the original drawing here that I can use for reference. And indeed, I can borrow that if I want to. It turns very tightly, and this could cause me a problem. What I did is copied the green curve to the out of the scene, so I could paste it back in when I'm ready. Before I do that, though, I'll join these together and then paste, so I have my original green curve intact. Somewhere in here I have my white curve. Oh, I guess I don't, because I guess that I joined in the opposite direction. Okay, that's not good. Before I paste, I'm going to turn this into the white layer. Then I'll paste so I can keep them straight. Okay. Now, I'm a little concerned about how tightly that curves around, but I'll see if I can keep it. To keep it, I'm going to actually carry it all the way across and then rebuild it. It'll require a pretty heavy point count to keep it intact. That's close enough. And I'll extend this one across as well, remembering that what I'm trying to get is an intersection and a fairly right angle coming across here. Before I rebuild that, I'm going to see what I'm making for myself as far as a challenge with my offset curves. Okay. Alright, I can see that that is not going to give me what I need. If I want to have this come all the way up into here, I need to make my offset less because it's closing off this neck. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep that as it is. I'm going to rebuild it. I should be able to get by with a lot less than that. 25 should do it. Okay, 30. That's good. Okay, so now when I offset, I'm going to see how much I can do keeping that. I liked that heavy offset because it gives me a nice rounded. Using history. I didn't. Gotta make sure I record history with each step along the way. Okay. This will allow me to try and bring this around so that it connects. You'll see what I mean. To make that easier to understand, I'm going to make my offset curves in an accenting color. Delete the sub-anchor point because I have history attached. Okay. That will allow me to bring this around. Okay. But it's going to end up cutting across this, which is probably not the best idea. But I'll try it. Going to explode this. Actually, I can't. I'll move this instead. I don't want to have this hard kink in here. Right here. So I'm going to try and make that less extreme. That cost me a little bit of the tightness here. I'll offset this again. Remember, because it's self-intersecting, it'll have to be offset twice. That is a little more normal. Okay. So now I'll explode it. And I'll explode it. Join. Join this to this. And join that to that. And that to the end. And in theory, when I'm done, I'll have a center field that does that. Like I said, I have my concerns. I don't know how well that's going to actually work. But let's find out. Okay. Nope, actually I need to keep those. So the first one I will work with is this. is its offset curve, and turn those off for the time being. Okay, for some reason I have a fragmentation here of that line. Not good. Alright, so I'm going to need to rebuild this. It's got a lot of segments in it. It's got 197 points right now. That's an awful lot of points. Let's try for 60. Okay. I can live with that. Make sure this is a single point curve. Yes, it is. Alright. So, I need to make this into two pieces, as we did in our tutorial. So I will split these right here. Copy that to clipboard with Control-C. Join these together. Control-V, pasting into the clipboard, and from the clipboard join that to the outer rims, like so. This doesn't quite reach the end here, that's okay. I'm not going to really worry about it either way right now. For now I'll just draw a line that joins it. Oh heavens, I may as well make it work. Curve, extend curve. I've already selected a boundary, so I select what I want to extend. That's that. Now, I already know that once I did that, oh, maybe not. Okay, good. It didn't explode it. I was just, didn't add an extra segment. I needed to have it not add an extra segment. Split this curve with that, and join those together. Closed curve. Closed curve. Okay, now I'm going to bring back my piece. Okay, the only part of this that's going to really matter is this top surface. So solid, extract surface. I want it to make a copy of that for me. I'll make it in dark blue. And then I'll turn that layer off. I don't need it just as yet, but I wanted to have it ready. Surface, extrude. I don't need both sides. Solid, yes. I need it to come through this blue surface. Grab the next one. Extrude straight, solid, yes. And I can just hit enter because the same elevation will be fine. Surface, edit tools. I'm going to untrim this into its original surface dimension so I get a good clean Boolean on this. Analyze direction, make sure it's pointing the right way, and then do a Boolean difference. Okay. Having a hard time right now remembering what that offset was that I started working with. So I'll just repeat the command so I can see. I'm not going to 1.4. Alright, so that means that I can do a 1.4 radius on the outside of this solid fillet edge. I want 1.4, so I'll enter that first. Select that edge. Enter. Remember, distance from edge so they all match. Okay. was too close. So we'll go 1.35. That worked. Okay, you can see how close to the ground I'm getting over here. Leave it for now, see what I think. Repeat the command here. Right? So there's that piece. I'm going to do the same here. This is a little too long in this case, so trim it back. And I can just fillet edge, or curve, sorry. Join those together. Put a line across the end. Join those together. I have a closed curve. Surface extrude, solid yes, and I'll just accept the same distance I had before. Going to bring back that original piece here. Need to steal the top again. Need to untrim all again. Need to check direction again. Flip. Need to solid difference again. Boolean. Need to fillet edge. To simplify this out, I only need the fillet and the front face here. So extract surface. This time I do not want copies. Copy equals no. Join them together. Throw the rest of that away. Same thing here. All I want is the front edge and the fillet. Throw the rest away. Front edge and fillet. Enter. Join where they're still selected. Throw the rest away. And now I can trim. And trim. And this is where we start to have a challenge. Trim. No. Should. I exploded those. There. That worked. And that worked. And that worked. And that So I had to go inside and trim things separately. Join these together. Go ahead and draw a straight line between these two. Edges of these, edge of that. Draw a line straight across the bottom, join it to that, makes a closed curve, surface, planar surface, join, cat planar holes. Puts the back on. Last thing I need to do is get this strip here, which hopefully I can steal from this. Extract surface, copy equals yes. From my curve tools, curve from objects tools, duplicate border. It gave me that curve right there, which I will now be able to use to trim that away. Join. I have a solid. Emap and see what I think. Okay. Now this is what I was afraid of. It's okay, but it's a little bit torsioned through here. Okay? So it's alright, but it isn't great. Up a ways. This, as I predicted, ended up being a not nice thing in the final piece. Okay? I can't have that. So even if it means departing somewhat from this tight curve, it's going to make a prettier scroll at the end of the day. Because if I don't do that, I'm still going to be stubborn. I'm going to try and keep it. History somewhere along the way. It's alright, I'm not worried about that. It's easy to restore history by just offsetting again. I lost history because it won't offset it all in one piece. And I had already monkeyed around with it. Move the sub anchor here. See, whatever this continues to be from here, it has to be nice. If it isn't nice, it won't work. So now we have this. But the problem with that is that it's not making that closed loop that I have to have it make because it comes around. So I have to play with it until it does. And I really don't want it to change. I need more points. Where I need them. Insert curve, control points, sorry, edit menu, control points, insert not. So badly to make this happen, and it is being really stubborn. I've done another self-intersecting curve in an effort to make this happen. And I officially have it right here. I know I've created a nightmare for myself mathematically, though. Rhino's going to hate this. And it's very doubtful my fillet will be able to take this tight curve that I've created. I'm going to try and soften it. But if I do that, it closes up there. Okay. But that allows my original design intent to take place. What a nightmare. Okay. So, once again, I'm going to put these on the same layer. Hide them for now. You need to explode this. Explode that. There shouldn't be more than one curve there, but there is. Join. 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 Rebuild. I should be able to make it with, let's try 70. Wow, it's going to take the full 80. Okay, 85 points. And I need to separate it here. So Control C, copy to clipboard, split, split, join, straight line, join, paste, join, 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 no, join, join. Need to extend it. Extend curve. I already have the boundary selected, so just touch. Actually explode those again. And rebuild this. Double check that that's still one curve, yeah. Split this, join, and join. Okay, we've got our nuts and bolts. Surface, extrude, solid, yes. Enter, I'll accept the last height. Solid, yes, enter. Got that. Extract surface. Copy equals, yes. Here, surface. Edit tools, untrim all. Analyze direction. Flip. Solid difference. Fillet edge. Fillet edge. Go ahead and do the extraction at this point. Copy equals no. Front wall and fillet join. Front wall. Extract surface. Front wall and fillet join. Throw away the rest. Throw away the rest. Okay, so we've got these two. Put them back on the orange layer and turn that off. Okay. Now trying with our others. I have a self-intersecting here as well this time. And grave doubts as to how well this is going to work. Grab these two, split with that line. I know. Copy to clipboard. Join together. Paste. Join together. Come to the end. I know this is a little too long right here from the last time I did it. Fillet curve. Join. Join. Extrude. Solid, accept the height. Extrude, solid, accept the height. Extract surface. Copy equals yes. Untrim all. Flip direction. Boolean difference. And now we find out how much trouble we're in. Fillet edge. This is where I fear we it. I'm astounded. Okay. Extract surface. I don't want copies this time. Front ramp and fillet. Join. Again. Front ramp and fillet. And then join. Throw away the pieces we don't need. And we have a whole lot going on here. To make my life easy, I'm going to explode all of it. Going to use this surface to trim off that surface, and that surface was supposed to trim off that one, but it doesn't want to. Okay, so we'll do it in reverse order. Nope. Okay. So we already have a problem. Take that curve instead, that edge. It still says no. I know why. Because it doesn't go all the way around. Trim this piece out. Join those together. And that will now trim because it was long enough to cover the whole surface. Use that to trim off that, and that wall to trim off the other. This piece is a fragment we don't need anymore, and that gives us our basic scroll body. Join, join. Okay. Straight line. Straight line. Join to the edges, to that line, to the edges. Close surface, close curve. Planar surface, delete the curve. Join. Cap planar holes. Extract surface, copy equals yes. Borrow the border, trim. Join that together. We have a solid. Take a look at that scroll. Okay. There's a certain flatness to it. Right there. But at scale, that will be acceptable. Time to move on. Now, this is a scroll. We already knew how to do this. This is an extrusion. The way I came up with the elevations was sculptural. But I want to take this even further. As this comes out of here, okay, I want this edge to drop away in a ramp that dishes up and over to give me more of a plant-like feeling. I either want to do that, or I want to have more of a peak here, more of a point of a ridge. I think I'll take the ridge. So I need to split this. First I'm going to copy and paste it and put it on a storage layer so I don't lose it. Turn it off. Curve perpendicular. Oh, somewhere in here I believe should be good. Since I might want even more room, here. Yeah, that's fine. Surface, cutting plane, end to end. I don't want to end up cutting this piece as well, so I'm just going to extract an iso curve, use that to trim off the end of the plane. And I'll split this with that. Actually, I might want that for a construction plane later, so I'll hide it. So now I have my scroll and the rest of my stem. I'm going to come down here, set a C-plane to this end. And actually, I can extract that surface, make a copy of it, because it has all the edges I need. Actually, what I really want to do is a border of it. Now I can throw it away. Okay, if I explode this, it's going to remember all those edges. Those were the two side edges left over from the extrusion. That's the fillet, that's the top, that's the fillet. Fillets I'm not very interested in anymore. Top I am, but only so I can draw a line straight up from the middle of it. I'm going to fillet the curve to trim it off. And I'm going to do a blend curve, adjustable, from that flat edge to that point. And I want this to become a flank. Something like that is fine. Same thing here. Join those together. To about right here. So I'm just going to draw a cutting plane roughly where I want it, and then I'll rotate it to the exact angle I want, more or less, using mid-snap. That seems good. Going to get an intersection of those two. Set a C-plane to this. I can get rid of it. Same principle holds here. If I explode this, all the original surfaces are still there. let's say on this one, that I want to kind of preserve a softness here and more of the dish over the side. Blend curve, adjustable. As long as they both come off of a straight line, it'll be smooth on top. And since this came off a straight line, it is a straight line. Something like that. Turn on the points for this. Okay, that's just crazy math, so I will rebuild it into something normal. Let's say 15, 4. Turn those points on. Delete the anchor. Delete the anchor. Ensure that I have symmetry, tangency by pulling in, then straight out. That's the equivalent of that straight line. And now I can slope that off more. The blend curve hadn't given me exactly what I was after. Establish tangency here, same way. Loosen this up a bit by deleting some points. That's fine. So that's my other cross section. Okay. My last cross section is going to be this cross section here, which I will just borrow. I'm only interested in the same area from the straight extrusions up. Join. Gonna borrow some surfaces. Copy equals yes. Grab those two sides. Okay. It'd be really nice to have a top curve along here, or I'm going to get some strange phenomenon. Try and set a C-plane to this flat surface. Don't know how well that worked, but it's worth a try. Then I will do a curve offset from the edge and snap. It would be crazy optimistic to think that that's going to work all the way down. Okay, fine. So, we have a problem in that we need to actually have these two become the same curve. a surface. So those are now flush along that surface. And I have everything I need to sweep. Surface edge, middle rail, surface edge, cross section, cross section, cross section. I want tangency off the rails, the rest is fine. Okay. That's the surface Rhino gave me. It looks good. It looks good. Problem I'm going to have is that it is not going to really flow into this surface, because this surface has multiple edges. Okay, so if I want it to really be smooth, I have to have it match. Right now, if I join this all together, I'll have a distinct seam right here. I don't want that distinct seam, I really don't. I'm going to split this using the last cross section, if I can find it. It's right there. Oops, grabbed the wrong curve. It's hiding really well. Where is it? It's right here. Split. Okay, all of this back is fine. This going forward I need to change, and this is how I'll do it. This curve is no longer really useful to me. I need this surface edge and this surface edge, and I need to pull them onto this surface. Delete equals yes. Okay. I need to split the edge of this surface at the ends of those two curves. One with the arrows pointing the direction I want, and snap, and snap. So that has been taken care of. I need to make sure that this curve and this edge match. Curve, edit tools, match. Curve, edge tool. I want continuity for tangency. Curve, edge, tangency. Okay. I can hide this now. Surface. First I need to join those together and then continue my surfacing. Surfacing curve network, surface edge, curve. Now here's the problem. I split that edge. Analyze edge tools. Split edge. I need this. Split here and here. Try that again. Surface edge. Rail. There we go. Surface edge. Surface edge. And I should get tangency on three sides. Yes. Tangency here, here, here. This is a curve, so it offers no tangency information. Same thing on this side. Surface edge, rail, surface edge, surface edge. I should have 3 sides. I do. Join those together. And the last piece, surface edge, surface edge, surface edge, surface edge. I have tangency now on all 4 sides. And we're good. Join this together. I want to check and see how this portion looks with EMAP. Hard to say because all the curves are in the way. Pretty nice. Now let's see how it looks with the scroll on the end. Of course, this has curves in dark blue. So I'll move over to the red layer. Okay, there we go. That is a sculptural surface. Starts at a V, comes up, scallops around the inside a little bit as it feeds into the scroll, and then a scrolled end. Okay, this is the kind of thing I want you to explore in your piece. I'll go ahead and finish this out. Join those around, flat surface, join. Just to keep it simple, I'll remove this surface. Copy, no. And cap the whole thing with one surface. There. Now, I can compare this to the maquette blocks, and you can see how much that has changed. The effect of the piece. Okay. What it does tell us also is that having done this, I'm going to have to do something similar here, or it's going to bite in higher up, right? So everything I do has an impact on the other patterns. I'm not terribly worried about that because, of course, I would do a similar sculpting throughout the piece. Okay. So that's it. Demonstration on advanced surfacing for your cuff. Thanks for watching.